I had a question. Do black people really think that Obama doesn't support the gay agenda or the homosexual movement? Because I've been looking on YouTube and I see a lot of videos and a lot of things talking about, like, the Young Turks and many other liberal channels on YouTube basically saying that the reason why Obama won't come out and verbally say he supports the homosexual agenda is because of conservative and blacks. They, like, a lot of white people are saying that if Obama comes out and say that he supports gay marriage, it'll hurt him. So they're giving him a pass right now. They're letting it slide, but their community is upset and they're kind of hurt that he won't come out and say it, even though politically it would seem that he does support them, which is odd. So I guess my question is to you black folks that support Obama, that claim to be Christians or conservatives or whatever, if Obama really came out and said, I support the homosexual agenda, I'm liberal, I want gay people to have every right, every special right they want, would you still vote for him? Because I really don't think that'll affect the votes. I didn't vote for Obama because I'm not a progressive, I'm not a Democrat, I don't vote I vote conservatively. I know his ideology and I don't agree with it. I know where he stands on social issues. I know where he stands on physical issues. So I don't agree with him. I guess that makes me an Uncle Tom or a sellout or whatever, all the other words people call you if you black and don't vote democratically, but I guess I fit in the other category. I vote my values, plain and simple. And I'm not saying the Republican Party is better. I'm just saying on issues that I feel affect me or that I care about, I vote the whole opposite direction. But anyway, I just want to know, do you really think that? Because this situation here only shows how politics is a game in which we the people get played. All these people, like the New York vote, we just had an election in New York for Cuomo and he won, and I know all these people that are supposed to be Christians are like, yo, I'm voting for Cuomo, and I'm like, do you know where Cuomo stands on certain issues, on abortion, on gay rights? And they're like, yeah, I'm against that for me, but I'm still voting for him. So then he wins, and then the gay marriage bill passes, and they're all like, oh Lord, please don't let this bill pass. But you voted for a politician that supports those bills. You voted for a politician that's liberal and accepts that lifestyle. Now, unfortunately, in New York, the representative for Buffalo is a Republican, and he ran a campaign saying he was against marriage. He was for civil unions, but for some reason at the last second, he's flip-flopped on his agenda, on his voting right, and now it passed, partly because of him. But that's another story. But I just want to really know, like, do you really think that if Obama says that he supports gay marriage, it's going to change anything? Because common sense would see the way he votes and who he supports, that he is for it, and that he uses their votes to get elected, just like he used the black people votes. But like your boy said, they're getting what they want from the president, and he's acknowledging them. Yet the black community, who supports him just as much as the gay community, they're not getting what they want. How uncool is that?
I have delivered on what I promised. Now that doesn't mean our work is done. There will be times where you're still frustrated with me. I know there are going to be times where you're still frustrated at the pace of change. I understand that. I know I can count on you to let me know. This is not a shy group. But what I also know is that I will continue to fight alongside you. And I don't just mean as an advocate. You are moms and dads who care about the schools that your children go to. You're students who are trying to figure out how to pay for going to college. You're folks who are looking for good jobs to pay the bills. You're Americans who want this country to prosper. So those are your fights too. What gives me hope is the deeper shift that we're seeing. It's a transformation not just in our laws, but in the hearts and minds of people. The progress led not by Washington, but by ordinary citizens. It's propelled not by politics, but by love and friendship and a sense of mutual regard and mutual respect. It's playing out in legislatures like New York. It's playing out in courtrooms, it's playing out in the ballot box, as people argue and debate over how to bring about the changes where we are creating a more perfect union.
And Obama gave an interesting answer. Let's play clip number 5.
This administration, under my direction, has consistently said we cannot discriminate as a country against people on the basis of sexual orientation. And we have done more in the 2.5 years that I've been in here than the previous 43 presidents to uphold that principle. We have made sure that that is a central principle of this administration because I think it's a central principle of America. What I've seen happen over the last several years and what happened in New York last week, I think was a good thing, because what you saw was the people of New York having a debate, talking through these issues. It was contentious, it was emotional, but ultimately they made a decision to recognize civil marriages. And I think that's exactly how things should work. But I think we're moving in a direction of greater equality, and I think that's a good thing.
Thinks it's a good thing. Okay, I got it. He thinks it's a good thing. He's right. They've done more for gay rights than the previous 43 presidents combined. They have. They just have. And I know there are some gay activists who don't think we've done enough. I think they've done a lot. That said, if he doesn't ever lower the sort of the righteous hammer that needs to come down, it's almost always contentious. There's healthy debate on both sides. Oh man, it's a civil rights issue. There's only one good side here. Only one. Only one side is 100% right and one side is 100% wrong. Not everybody on that wrong side is bad, and they'll eventually come around to it. And they're incorrect for a number of reasons, but they're wrong. And I mean that. They're not all bad. Some of them have been lifelong sort of entrenched ideas. Those who are willing to give every other right to gay Americans, but not this one, I'm prepared to say that they're not. There's no evil in their heart, but they are dead frickin' wrong. So, but Obama just lacks that passion. Then I guess Laura Meckler, is that the name of the reporter? JR from the Wall Street Journal, asked Obama the significant question of, look, you have said that your position on gay marriage is evolving, that you support civil unions and not gay marriage. Now he's, waiting until the time is right. He thinks there are votes in it to actually support gay marriage. She asked him that question. It's a good question. It needs to be asked. And Obama answers it totally correctly.
You said that it's a positive step that some of these states, including New York, are moving towards that. Does that mean that you personally now do support same-sex marriage, putting aside what individual states decide? Is that your personal view?
I'm not going to make news on that today. Good try, though. Laura, I think this has been asked and answered. I'll keep on giving you the same answer until I give you a different one. All right? And that won't be today. Yeah, exactly. I thought you'd like that one.
As with every civil rights issue, as with every issue that affects the sort of the decency of people, one day gay marriage will be legal in all 50 states. I'm sorry to tell you people in Kansas and Wyoming right now, there will be gay marriage legal in this country. It is an issue that right now is sort of a hot button issue, but eventually, as King said, and as we've repeated, and as so many people have repeated, and I will get incorrectly, the arc of progress is long, but it bends towards righteousness. And that's what's going to happen here. I think that this will pass. But he does have a fine line to walk, and they're letting him walk that fine line. There were people in the crowd saying, what about marriage? What about marriage? And he was alluding to it. He was alluding to how he supports civil unions. But what he can do now is say that he has been a strong president on gay rights issues. And whereas at the beginning of his presidency, they wanted immediate results, and they actually criticized him heavily for not giving them immediate results, he sort of said with a wink and a nod, be patient, it's going to get better, and it did. I mean, he refused to defend the Defense of Marriage Act in the Supreme Court, in the federal court system at all. He also, worked to overturn Don't Ask, Don't Tell in the military. He extended benefits, then re-extended benefits to the partners of gays and lesbians in federal government. So this has been a president who has certainly kicked the ball forward as far as gay rights.
Can I ask, Mike?
Yeah.
I heard you say you reluctantly give him the pass on being kind of, well, maybe not wishy-washy on it, but just at least in his rhetoric.
Yeah.
Not completely coming out for it. Does it actually benefit him, and why give him that much of a pass? Like, would it really take him down?
I don't. I think that's a good question. Do I give him a pass? I give him a pass because he's the president. I give him a pass because I feel, and this is me, I feel like in my heart that I know that he's in favor of gay marriage. But he is the president, and he's running for office. And if it is something that will damage his ability to win re-election in some way, shape, or form, and that's the crux of your question, because maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm overestimating it, and people are overestimating it. If he comes out and says he's in favor of gay marriage, is that going to hurt him across the board? I don't know. Is it going to hurt him any more than civil unions? I think the people that think that he's in favor of civil unions, or know that he's in favor of civil unions, but has on record as saying he's not in favor of gay marriage, they look at that quizzically, because they're not generally in favor of civil unions either. And that's a generalization, but it's pretty fair, I think, to use that. So my tendency is not to want to give him a pass. But the reason I give him a pass is because I really think that it's important that he be reelected so that he can do the things for the people that are underrepresented, like the gay and lesbian community, once he is president. It's